So what brought you here?
Well, when we moved here about 5 years ago from Charlottesville, Virginia, we didn't even look for a church for the first few years because we felt so tied to our old church, our little Episcopal church in Virginia. But when we first started, we had been members there for 30 years. So when we first started to visit churches, we didn't even consider that we would end up in anything but an Episcopal church. Well, I didn't. But we visited several churches in several different denominations around the area, and none of them were quite the right fit. I felt sort of like Goldilocks. This one had too much ritual. This one had not enough ritual. Well, guess what? Here at First Presbyterian is just right. It's very similar to our old Episcopal service, but I like the changing confession from week to week and the changing form of the affirmation of faith. And then since music is such an important part of worship for me, I love being in our great choir, even though I know sometimes they wish that I would learn how to do a little more than make a joyful noise. All of that aside, the real reason we stay is all the people in the congregation. And I thought about some of the words that come to mind to describe this group. Kind, authentic, and welcoming. Smart, really smart, but tolerant and curious. Generous and missions-oriented, and all of that backed up with a great sense of humor. We're really happy we found this church.
I'm very tempted to just say ditto. Thank you very much. But I have a few things to add. We all put a lot of stock into first impressions, and maybe too much sometimes, but I can tell you that the first impressions at First Presbyterian Church are really good. The first time we came, of course, we wanted to just slip in and slip out because we were checking the place out. And I was greeted by Hughes Roberts at the door, and we sat in the back, of course, and ran off as soon as the service was over, but we really liked it. So we came back. And the next time we came, I was greeted at the door by Hughes Roberts, and he remembered my name. And I've since become good friends with Hughes. So that was quite a good first impression. What we really liked about the service is Holly's messages are to the point, they're poignant, and they're full of humor, which is something that I really appreciate. There's nothing worse than a dry sermon, and Holly does not deliver those. Kate touched on the music. We were really attracted to the choir. We have sung for many years, and this was a big choir. We thought we could just get lost in it, which would be great. And then the organist and choir director both left, and Joel and Diane were hired to fill those roles. And as Kate said, it was really clear that there are a lot of very smart people here to make those choices. They have been absolutely terrific. Their first impression was spot on because they are the same people. So I guess just in general, everything that Kate said and the people that are here are the reason we come back. It's a mature group of people who are comfortable with who they are. So we're very happy to be here.